Hey guys and girls, Evil Shredder here, your Steam Hipster. Today we are going to take a look at some platformers, my favorite genre. To start us off, we have a game that started off as an April Fool's prodigy of a mediocre game called Dark Void, titled Dark Void in the Magnetic Zeros. Dark Void Zero. It was first created for the DSiWare download service and then later ported to Steam and iOS by Capcom. There is a fictional story behind the development of the game that goes a little bit like this. In the year 1980X, the PlayChoice 10 was the first arcade cabinet to feature two interactive screens. Capcom soon began developing a game to make use of this advanced technology. This groundbreaking title was called Dark Void. Unfortunately, the PlayChoice 10 was discontinued and the project was cancelled. In the year 20XX, Capcom found the project buried deep inside its vault. Its concept inspired a new adventure of the same name, but the original game, locked away for decades, is now back from the void. The story is cliched as can be. Aliens need a new home, they choose Earth, and now you must stop them at all costs. You take the role as a soldier named Rusty, and with the help of Nikola Tesla, you must find all the portals that have been opened and shut them down. On the way, you will find many different power-ups and weapons. Much like its big brother, the game focuses a lot on vertical combat and relying on your jetpack to explore. This game is a love letter to the NES days. Beautiful 8-bit graphics, amazing 8-bit tunes, and hard-as-nails gameplay. The game is shred short though, containing only 3 stages with a boss at the end of each stage. It's actually the same boss at the end of every stage, but it's upgraded just a little bit to make it a little bit more challenging. And then the boss stages, they kind of play like a shump, which I rather enjoy. But don't let that deter you. It's an amazing experience, and I highly recommend this game to any platformer or shooter lovers. Funny how this game is much better than the game it is promoting. Maybe Capcom should stick to its roots. The next game is based on a true story straight out of Capcom's How to Do Business book. It's called DLC Quest, and it's a quirky game created by Going Loud Studios. It's available on the Xbox Live, Indie Arcade, and also on Steam, and I believe you can also pick it up on the Mac App Store. It pokes fun of the gaming business of today. You play as a little guy known only as Player. It is your quest to collect and to spend all that on downloadable content. Thankfully, the game is all satire, and you actually don't have to spend real money to get the DLC. It's all money that you find in-game. All joking aside, the princess has been kidnapped, and it is up to you to save her. And in order to save the princess, you'll be jumping from platform to platform, exploring caves, finding secrets, collecting all the gold that you can get, and purchasing all sorts of DLC. The story in this game takes a back seat, but instead it focuses more on the jokes. It comes packed with 2 episodes, the original DLC quest and the new Live Freemium or Die. Neither episode will take you long to complete, but the jokes alone are worth the playthrough. It's a cutesy game that controls rather well after you have purchased a few DLC packs. Everything about this game is simple, from the looks, music, level layout, and difficulty. You need not worry about dying until you play the second episode, but even then, there are numerous checkpoints with no death penalty. The second episode introduces a lot more skill-based platforming that was a blast to go through, although it was rather short-lived. It also introduced a rather annoying backtracking. This is a game I could see myself showing my kids in a decade or so if they want to learn about the history of gaming and how the industry went downhill. All in all, I had a blast playing this game. It's a hilarious game and I want everyone to experience it. I don't want to show too much video on it because it will spoil the game, and it's one of these games that you only really play for once. And DLC Quest is definitely worth your time and money. It doesn't ask for much of either, so definitely pick this up. Next we have Storm in a Teacup, developed by Cobra Mobile and published by Chilingo. It was originally created for the iOS and then it found its way over to Steam. This game just oozes charm. You control a boy named Storm who rides in a teacup through a magical dreamlike world that his brother Cloud created. The game starts off with your brother having a nightmare. You can faintly hear him in his sleep muttering, "Oh good God, heaven almighty, heavens to murder Troy. We've got a cataclysmic situation developing, someone get down here now." And being the good brother that you are, you decide to jump into his dream and save the day. On your journey, you will collect sugar cubes and stickers, solve physics-based puzzles, and of course jump platform to platform. There are 50 levels to be cleared, and there are also a few survival levels to attempt. It controls rather well, but I felt the jumping should have been tweaked a little. When you jump, you do not jump in a straight line, but rather you jump at an angle. Your jump actually acts somewhat as a boost. When you jump, you deplete the jump meter, and as it charges, you can jump again to get a small boost. It feels really floaty, but it's not game breaking in any way, it's just something to get used to. The game could also use more sound. There is only one song in the game, and it's on loop. It's not bad, it really has a Sims-like feel to it, but listening to it for more than 10 minutes is enough to make your brain melt. Aside from all those small problems, I found the game very enjoyable. I like to think of it as Super Meat Boy Light. It offers a similar challenge, but it's just not as brutal. So if you like Meat Boy, I believe you'll like this game too, and it's also on the cheap side to boot. This next game came to me as a great surprise. It's my favorite game from this episode. Developed by Megadev and published by Adult Swim Games, we have Super House of Dead Ninjas. You take the role as a ninja, and you must conquer all the floors of an evil tower. The ultimate goal of the game is to get from the top floor all the way to the bottom floor without dying. It's easier said than done. The game is very fast and frantic, and will take a lot of practice to defeat the tower in one go. There are a ton of unlockable melee weapons, throwing weapons, bombs, magic, passive abilities, costumes, and you can even unlock the soundtrack to them. You are given a set amount of time and you must go as far as you can and as fast as you can, killing everything in your path for points. Along the way, you will pick up power-ups that you have unlocked, bonus points, and even time extensions. If your timer runs out, death comes to claim your soul. You can either give in or run for your life. On the normal difficulty, you have 2 continues. On hard, you have done. And if you want the true ending, you have to beat it on hard, which means you have to do it in one go. And if you ever get bored doing the story mission, or the story tower, there's also a level editor that's included, and you can download all the levels that people have created through Steam Workshop. Bosses remind me of Mega Man. You are locked in an empty square room with you and just the boss. The bosses are pretty tough at first, but after you memorize their patterns, you can get by with relative ease. The controls are tight, the visuals are often eerie and gorgeous, and the music blends in well to convey what's happening on screen. If you love games that are easy to play but hard to master, this is the game for you. It's worth every penny, and thankfully, it's affordable. If I had to pick one out of the 4 from this episode, it would be this one, hands down. And for all these games, I recommend using the Play Sega controller. which you can actually pick up on eBay for like $7 or $8 shipped to you. And that concludes this episode of Steam Hipster. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Let me know if you want me to go more in depth into these games, or just keep it a few minutes each so I can cover more games, because eventually I do plan on going back and doing some full reviews of a few games. And don't forget to visit us at retrofiends.com. Oh goddamn, my dick's hard now.